Ringo. So Philadelphia maintains possession from the 10. That pass to the outside is incomplete.
What going on? What going on, everybody? Welcome to Bucco's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Powers of Sea Bandits. Yes, indeed, we are here. Oh, y'all know what time it is. We chilling, though. We chilling on Sunday. Well, we got a big game on Monday. Next Monday. So what we got going on? We got another 2-0 team with a leave it like check mix. I'm gonna give everybody a second to get on in here so we can talk about this game and spend the next hour discussing the Eagles and what the Bucs need to do to tighten up. And because this is a real game, folks. All games are real, but this is like the real deal, like early. And we ain't got time to be playing around today. Tonight we ain't playing around. We getting right to it. We got Josh in the building. We got Jason in the building. Damien in the building. Jermaine in the building. Trill G Boy 2 in the building. Buccaneers fan 1225. You feel me? Zip them up. Bucs 76, hump day. It is hump day. We ain't got time to be playing the nightfall. Let's get to it. We gonna start right now. We'll wait. Everybody come in. They'll come in when they get in. They just gonna miss out in the beginning. They'll just miss out. We ain't got time to be waiting. This is a game we need to talk about right now. So Buccaneers playing on Monday Night Football, one of our two primetime games. Of course, you knew that was going to regress now that we don't have a superstar on the team per se, right? Because the reason why we got those Monday Night Football games was because of Brady, right? So of course that was going to be a regression in that area, So it sucks, but it's true. But it sucks. The Eagles coming in town. I don't want to see a bunch of Eagle fans at the game. I don't want to see a lot of Eagles fans at Raymond James. I really don't. It's ridiculous. I don't want to see a lot of Eagles fans at Raymond James Stadium on Monday. But unfortunately, that's most likely what's going to happen. We're probably going to see a lot of Eagles fans in Tampa. For whatever reason, this is why I was trying to tell y'all, man. You guys got to tighten up in Tampa, man. I can't scratch my head. I can scratch my head on how in the world, if I lived in Tampa, I would at least go to the big games. You know what I'm saying? If I lived in Tampa, I would at least go to all the big games. We can't allow other teams' fan bases to just take over Raymond James. There was a lot of Bears fans that Saturday last Sunday. That was embarrassing. The Bucs was on offense. You heard the fans saying screaming defense. I was quite disappointed in that. I was hurt. I'm doing watching all 22, or I would say the NFL Plus replay, the condensed replay of the Eagles and Vikings game. Two teams. Well, we played the Eagles. We played the Vikings already, and we played the Eagles next. So I'm trying to see how the Vikings played the Eagles. At the beginning, the Vikings played them pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Tickets $500. Oh, them Eagles fans, they paying for them tickets. That ain't gonna stop the Eagles fans from coming to the game. I'm trying to see how the Vikings played the Eagles. Now, at the beginning, the Vikings played them pretty tough. Then they got out of hand in the second half. But I'm just going back through, crossing my T's, dotting my I's. But I don't want to see a lot of fans there, man. I really don't. I want to watch the game and see a lot of red. A lot of red in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the injury report. Bucs injury report is clean. Yeah, they did sack him 4 times. They did. You know, as I watch the Eagles, I'm watching the first quarter right now. As I watch the Eagles, it seems like they're trying to get in sync, right? I think every team, the Bills, the Chiefs, like it's hard to judge a team, especially like I'm gonna say like this: the teams at the top. I think we kind of, I think we can, I think we know what teams are going to be at the top, like already. I think we already know that, and I think they're just trying to get an adjustment because, for one, exactly. I was going to get to that, Jason. Let me get to it, Jason. I'm right there with you. We on the same page. That's good, Jason. Good point out. The Eagles have a new OC and a new DC, so you can see why they're trying to figure things out on how the coordinators like to call their plays offensively and defensively. That doesn't change the talent, though. You know what I'm saying? The talent is there, but they're just trying to get used to the Brian Johnson, the new OC for the Eagles. He's trying to get a feel for the team, and and then the new DC for the Eagles. So Eagles are probably one of the most talented teams in the NFL. I think we do know that. From top to bottom, from player number 1 to player 53, they are pretty deep. And they can play. They can play. They have a very deep roster. Their front 7 is pretty deep. They can play with anybody. And we can't get too beside ourselves in this game. So we got to respect the Eagles. The Eagles are not a bad team at all. We have to respect the Eagles, man. I mean, I know we 2-0, but let's not sit here. I'm seeing some things that the Bucs can take advantage of already. But don't sit here and try to trash the Eagles because the Bucs are 2-0. That's one thing you cannot do as a Bucs fan. Do not discredit the opponent because to hype your team up. Respect the Eagles. They good. They're a really good team. They have a really good roster on both sides of the ball. The trenches on both sides of the ball. They're all around good team. You know what I'm saying? And there's no denying that. So one thing I will not do tonight is I would not down the Eagles to make the Bucs look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to discredit the Eagles. That's not how I do things. I always give teams respect what they're good at. If they're not good in some areas, I'm going to talk about it. But if they're good, I'm going to give them the respect. And one thing I noticed about a lot of fan bases, especially like the teams that's like overachieving or not expected to be really good. Anytime that team wins, the fan base just go crazy. They start saying all kind of stuff. Oh, this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And I noticed that a lot of Bucs fans are doing that. Yeah, we got 2 wins, and I'm not taking nothing away from that. But I mean, I've seen some Bucs fans like downing the Eagles, like downing them. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like downing the Eagles, like they ain't good. Like, what are you trying to convince yourself they're not good? I mean, that's what we're resorting to. Are we convincing ourselves that the Eagles are not good? Are we just going to discredit they got talent on both sides of the ball? Like, we really going to do that because to hype our team up? Look, our team is already hyped. We don't need to down another team to hype our team up. Y'all get what I'm saying? You don't have to down another team to hype your team up. The Bucs are 2-0. That's hype right there. Why are you downing the Eagles to hype the Bucs up? We already hyped up. We crunk over here. We got enough motivation. We underdogs. Going into the game, keywords. Going into the game, we underdogs. Probably 99% of the media heads, they're gonna pick the Eagles. I think we can agree with that. We don't have any pressure on us. There's no pressure on the Bucs. We're playing with house money. Nobody expected us. Nobody expected us to be 2-0. Most of us, I mean, 1-1 at best, right? Nobody. I don't think it was going to be 2-0, but nobody expected us to be 2-0. You know what I'm saying? We playing with house money. There's no pressure on the Bucs. There is no pressure on the Bucs at all. The Eagles if anything, they got the pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones trying to get to the Super Bowl, so they got more pressure on them. They trying to clean things up. We just rolling with the punches. You feel me? You know, because I had us at 1-1. So, you know, us being 2-0, that's already more than what we I said we was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as I'm watching this game against the Vikings and the Eagles, and like I said, before I get into the details, I want to talk about the injury reports. Bucs injury report is pretty clean. It's nothing there. I don't see anybody on here. Let me look around a couple other sites. You know, of course, we know Chase Edmonds is out, but outside of that, we good to go. I don't see anybody. No, we got a clean injury report. You know, we got a clean injury report, folks. We going into this game healthy, so there will be no excuses. No, Chase Edmonds is not like, oh, we need like no. There will be no excuses made for the Bucs. I'm not giving no excuse to the Bucs because we healthy. I don't hear that. Nobody on the injury report right now. The Eagles have a couple of guys, right? Questionable. So let me go back to the 14th. So let me go back a little bit more. So Nakobe Dean, their starting linebacker, he is on injury reserve. He's on IR with an injured foot, so he's gonna be out for a few weeks. So their starting linebackers out. Okay. Quez Watkins a couple days ago was a hamstring injury, but he's not like a major factor. Boston Scott concussion protocol, that was on the 14th. James Bradbury, Reed Blankenship, and Kenneth Gainwell were all questionable on the 19th. Right. And then Avery Maddox or Avonte Maddox. I'm sorry, Avonte. I said Avery. Avonte Maddox is placed on injury reserve with a pectoral injury. That's huge. Starting cornerback. Starting slot guy. One of the best in the game. Now, with that being said, the Eagles are deep. Okay. They have a few guys that can play. The Brown kid, the rookie kid, I think his name's Sidney Brown or something like that. He was, I think, a 3rd round pick. The guy from Syracuse, he got a twin brother. He's pretty good. He was out there. Matter of fact, he's out there. He was out there playing against the Vikings on 3rd downs. So they have guys, man. The next guy up. This is why I say. So I try to tell y'all about rosters. See, people quick to look at the starting 22 or the starting 11 on both sides of the ball, but injuries are part of the game. And when you have guys that can step up and play, yeah, and they got Justin Evans too. So they got a ton of people. So this is why we're trying to tell y'all about rosters. Some of y'all got mad. You know, no. It's about everybody. How much depth do you have? Because remember, the NFL is 17 games. 17. So you're going to need people throughout the season because there's going to be injuries, you know, people get nicked up, concussion protocol, stuff like that. It happens. You feel me? So you got to think about it, right? The Eagles probably got a top 3 roster. You know what I'm saying? And that's shout out to Howie Roseman, their GM. He's awesome. He's a very aggressive GM. He always looking to make tweaks to the roster. He always trying to get players. And there's some GMs that's like that. They ain't scared to make moves. They're trying to win. They got some good young players. They got some good veteran players mixed up with the good young players. And they're primed and ready. Like, let's keep it 100. They're primed and ready. I know Avonte Maddox, he's out. Nakobe Dean is out. But guess what? They got depth. They got a pass rush. They like 8 deep on the D line. Well, I mean, what more do you need to say? Well, I mean, like, and yeah, exactly. They got Nolan Smith and Jordan Davis. How the hell did that happen? And Jordan Davis is playing very well. And Jalen Carter. How the hell did they get Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis? I mean, and they Jordan Davis on the second year. Nolan Smith, rookie. Jalen Carter. I mean, what are we doing here? Like, how the hell did that happen? Three guys are pretty good. 3 guys. There are 3 young guys, as a matter of fact, on the D line. So the Eagles gonna be good for quite some time, especially on defense. They got some good young players mixed with some veteran guys. They're gonna probably need to get some cornerbacks soon because Bradbury and Darius Slay are they over 30. But I think they'll draft some cornerbacks probably next year, and they got some guys behind them. So, as I get into the details of the game, as I'm watching what the one thing I would say right away, I jumped out the screen. I think K-Dot needs to be a focal point because TJ Hutchinson, he had a pretty good game against the Eagles. He was getting some good catches. And I don't know if he's going to be in the game plan, but I really believe the Bucs should put him into the game plan. I'm going to throw it out there. I think they should use him. They should use K-Dot. I see where the Eagles can be had at as far as moving the ball. I think K-Dot should be a big part of the game. Like, I mean, I'm watching the replay. I'm watching what the Vikings do. Now, the Vikings offense is really good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know we beat the Vikings, but the Vikings passing game is pretty good. The passing game pretty good. I think they should use K-Dot a little bit more than they've been using them. I mean, I know they've been using them on the deep dunk stuff, but like, and it's the pat that K-Dot plays, right? Like, 7-yard route. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been using him in that type of matter, like nothing down the field with the tight end. They need to utilize the tight end a little bit more in this game. I think they need to. But that's just things I'm one of the things I'm pointing out because they don't have any major weaknesses. I'm trying to find out where the Bucs can attack the Eagles defensively and consistently, not like play here and play there. Because remember, this game the Bucs going to have to be consistently. They're going to have to be very consistent. Very consistent. On both sides of the ball. But like I said, I'm not too much worried about the defense. I'm going to keep saying this, folks, because the defense is ahead of the offense. I'm not worried about the defense. I think the defense is going to hold their own for the most part, right? I mean, yeah, the Eagles, they can throw, they can run. They can do a multitude of things, right? They're very versatile. They got 2 good cornerbacks, so the Bucs receivers are going to have their hands full. I mean, let's be real. I think we gonna produce. But I know just by watching the Bucs in the first 2 games, a lot of conservative plays and a couple of nice little plays here and there down the field. But in my opinion, I think the Bucs need to be a little bit more aggressive. I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive because I'm gonna tell you right now, the Bucs can't play the way they played the Eagles. I mean, where they played the Vikings and the Bears. They can't play like that because remember, to beat these type of teams, you got to be aggressive. You can't be this conservative 3 and out because one thing I did read about, the Bucs have 10 3 and outs this season already. That's like top 10. I think that's like they tied for like 7th in 3 and outs. It's now, mind you, a lot of that was in the first game, and in the second game we played the Bears, so they was good on moving the ball. But that's a little worrisome. I think y'all probably need to pay attention to that. 10 3 and outs already. That's top 10. We can't have that. We can't have 3 and outs against the Eagles. What you don't want to do with the Eagles is give them the ball quite a bit. And yes, exactly. Eagles got 12. So both teams with a lot of 3 and outs. And it's funny because both teams have new OCs. Now let that sink in. So that should tell you right there, when you have a new system or a new person in a vital position, you got to get used to they got to get used to the flow. But one thing I would say about the Bucs, can't have a lot of 3 and outs. We don't want to tire our defense out, right? Like the offense don't need it, because think about it. The Eagles can run the ball. If you're gonna drop 8 on the Eagles, or if you're in a certain coverage or certain defensive personnel, the Eagles can quickly run the ball down your throat. And the Bucs got to be ready for both. It's like the Bucs can't really focus on just one thing that the Eagles like. We're just gonna focus on the Eagles passing game because they got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, right? And Dallas Goedert, right? They got a nice little tight end. Oh, we're just gonna focus on the Eagles run game. Well, okay, they have a plethora of running backs, and they got Jalen Hurts too. He's basically he can run the ball too. So the Bucs gonna have a challenge defensively, but I think we'll be fine defensively, right? We just can't offensively. The Bucs need to be aggressive. I'm gonna say that because it just makes sense. They need to be aggressive. Now, where you can get the Eagles at is in the middle of the field. They're linebackers, right? I think like Zach Cunningham is one of their linebackers. Not a bad player, but I think the Bucs can get some plays, and I'm gonna say this with the tight end. The Bucs receivers are gonna have their hands full. So that tight end's gonna be the tight end, even the running backs, Rashad White out of the backfield. They're gonna be very important in this game. Because let's be honest, if you're gonna drop back and throw the ball on the Eagles, you better expect that the Eagles are gonna come at you, and they don't have to blitz. You gotta think about this. I'm just pointing things out that the Bucs need to be aware of. In my opinion, the Eagles don't have to blitz. They don't. They can just rush forward and get to the quarterback. So it's going to be up to the O-line who's played pretty well, especially against the Bears. Now, of course, the Bears D-line is nowhere near the Eagles D-line. I think we would agree that it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different animal, a different type of D-line. A different type of D-line. This ain't the Bears D-line. This ain't the Vikings D-line. Both of those D-lines are not that good. Yes, the Vikings did get 4 sacks, but that's not the point I'm making. So, because the Vikings got 4 sacks, that means the Vikings D-line better than the Eagles D-line or just as good? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, we're not going to do that, right? Are we really going to reach that far? Oh, the Vikings D-line got 4 sacks. Okay, is they better than the Eagles D-line? That's the question I'm asking. Will the Bucs have a harder time with the Eagles D-line or the Vikings D-line is really good? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Are we gonna have are the Vikings D-line? Do we have a harder time with the Vikings D-line? Are they gonna have a harder time with they had a harder time with the Vikings D-line? And the Eagles D-line is gonna be easier? Is that what we're doing? I'm just asking. I'm just curious, because we reaching now. Oh yeah, we gonna get it in there. The Baker is gonna he gonna have free reigns like he did against the Bears. Really? You really believe that the time that Baker had against the Bears it's gonna be the same effect Monday night? I mean, are we really reaching that far? And saying because remember, as far as the O-line wise, the Bucs O-line has played well, but we also got to factor in too other variables. None of the D-lines that the Bucs face so far offensively, none of the O-lines that the Bucs faced, or none of the D-lines that the Bucs offense face are nowhere near the Eagles D-line. So I'm very, very intrigued to see Luke Goedeke. I think Tristan Wirfs gonna hold his own. Now Josh Sweat is a problem. But my main focus is the interior. The Bucs run game will be very important. The Bucs need to be effective running the ball. Now the Vikings, they didn't have no run game. And it made it pretty bad for Kirk Cousins. They had no running game. And broken glass. Thank you, man. The Bucs need to run the. Oh yeah, by the way, a couple of those sacks that Jalen Hurts, a couple of those sacks that the Vikings had on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had 2 of those sacks. He had the ball. He held the ball over 4 seconds. You feel me? So let's put it in context too. A couple of those sacks, he held the ball over 4 seconds. Not supposed to do that. So very intrigued with the Bucs interior O-line. They haven't been great. They've been decent. They weren't good in game 1 against the Vikings D-line, and they were better, much better against a terrible D-line. So, now what we got to do is we got to see how the O-line really what we're gonna find out what the O-line really look like. You feel me? We're gonna see, right? We're gonna and my biggest thing I'm gonna be looking at is the interior. Hainsley, Cody Mulch, and Matt Freer, right? Because the Eagles' interior is no joke. It's not terrible. Like I said, the Eagles' D line is probably 8-9 deep, probably one of the deepest D lines in the NFL. And they're going to be hard, and they can rotate guys and keep guys fresh. We do know that. Now, what the Bucs can do is, somebody mentioned this earlier, max protect. Max protect sometimes, right? Not all the time, because you got to be aggressive. You can't go into a shell. Also, you can get the Eagles on crossing routes or drag routes, but it's Hakeem Jarrett, Trey Palmer. They need to be a little bit more active in this game. Like, we need some speed in this game. Like, I know Mike Evans, great guy, great receiver. Chris Godwin, possession receiver. We're gonna need a little bit more explosiveness. Like, remember, if we turn into a 10-play team, 12-play drive, we taking time off the clock, but also we got the score too. I mean, touchdowns. So these are things that I'm just pointing out. And somebody also mentioned in the chat just now, the bootlegs. I am not a fan of that. Not in this game, especially not in this game. With Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, 2 pretty good pass rushers on the outside, they're not gonna fall for that. And they're tall. Well, Hassan Reddick, he's short, but he got long arms. And then Josh Sweat, he's long. So just not really digging the bootlegs. And I'm just pointing out things that y'all probably should be aware of when this game starts. Like, the Bucs need to be explosive. The Vikings was getting the Eagles on crossing routes. The Bucs need to shine a light on that. I'm pretty sure Canales and company, they looking at it like crossing routes, drag routes. Joby, go after Joby. Go after Josh Joby. Interior, the slot guy. So Chris Godwin should have a pretty good game, in my opinion. Mike Evans is going to have a hard time. Mike Evans is going to have a hard time. Let's be real. Darius Slay and James Bradbury are pretty good cornerbacks. Even the fact that they over 30, Darius Slay still a top 5 cornerback, top 10 cornerback, hands down. And then James Bradbury is pretty decent too. You feel me? So Mike Evans is going to have a hard time. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to get shut out. I'm just saying he's going to have a hard time. He's going to have to earn these catches. Mike Evans is not a shifty guy. He's not a explosive receiver at this age, somebody mentioned in the game this past Sunday, that he pushed off on that long catch. And when you look at the R22, he actually did. He actually pushed off. He didn't extend his arms, but he actually pushed off. But Slay and Bradbury are pretty good cornerbacks. Like, and this is what I was trying to explain to y'all like earlier about discrediting the opponent like they're terrible. Like everything about them, we just better. Like, it doesn't work like that. And as these next 6 to 8 games, are we really every team we play, we really gonna say whatever position they have, we better than them? It doesn't work like that. You have to give credit where it's due. Even if you don't like the team, you still got to be like, well, it's still good. It's gonna be difficult. This game is not gonna be easy. And some of y'all probably think the game gonna be easy. I don't know where y'all get that from. Remember, you gauge your team to what they've played so far, right? So the Bucs played a middling Vikings team. I don't think the Vikings are a terrible team. I don't think they're terrible. But I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think based on what I've seen with them so far, and based on what I've seen with them last year. Remember, we beat the Vikings team, right? Now, mind you, Vikings team, they went 13-4 last year with a negative point differential. That has never happened. If I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me correct, I don't remember a team having a negative point differential and win 13 games and go 13-4, right? So the regression for the Vikings was a given. So this season, I don't think the Vikings are going to be terrible. I don't think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be right in the middle of the pack, right? I think they'll be probably between 17 and 21. You know what I'm saying? And then the Bears, the Bears are literally a bottom 5 team. So this is a step up across the board. This is a step up across the board, whether you agree with it or not. Playing the Eagles is a lot different than playing the Bears and the Vikings. This is a huge step up. This is a hashtag big game. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to down the Eagles and discredit them and act like they're not good, go ahead. It's still a big game. It's still gonna be a big game, and like I said 5 minutes ago, the Bucs need to be explosive. Eagles O-line is pretty good. I think we can agree with that. It's hard not to agree with things that's actual fact. It's like, oh, the Eagles are terrible. Where are they terrible at? I mean, I'm just curious. The reason why I'm talking like this, folks, is I want people to understand who we playing. We're not playing a scrub team. This is not the Bears. This is not the Vikings. I'm gonna keep saying that. This is not a scrub team. I'm looking forward to this game because I get to see where the Bucs are really at. It's a measuring stick. What we seen in the first 2 games, like, man, the Bucs, are they for real? You feel me? And I keep, as I'm watching NFL the replay, TJ, the Bucs need to use that tight end. I'm telling you. The Bucs really need to use the tight end, man. Kirk Cousins did it. Rashad White and Kirk Cousins, Rashad White and Cade Otton, man, I think they need to be a part of the game plan. I'm just keeping it 100. Rashad White going to be very, very important in that backfield. Cade Otton should be a part of the game. I'm going to keep going back to that from what I'm seeing. They go a Falcons fan. Oh, Lord. You know what's so funny? This how you know the NFL fan bases are so funny. When your team is not really good or they haven't been playing well, and then all of a sudden they win a couple games and they just start popping up out of nowhere. I just find that funny. Y'all don't see that? I just find that so funny. Like nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. All last year, you rarely see any Falcons fans, and all of a sudden they just popping up because they won 2 games. You ain't been over here. You ain't been over here talking. That's what I'm saying. You pop out of nowhere. Like, you can't be a fair weather fan. You got to be a fan when your team not good. They didn't make the play. You need to be a fan all the way through. Don't pop up because you win 2 games and all of a sudden it's you been here. I ain't never seen you. Be there when your team is not good. Don't start popping up at and Bucs channels and Saints channels like, oh yeah, the Falcons, this and that. Really? Well, where were you at 6 years ago? 5 years ago? 4 years ago? 3 years ago? I ain't seen no Falcons fans popping up in the chat like that. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, that's, to me, that's kind of like wishy-washy. You know? Don't be wishy-washy. Be real. Be a real fan. You know what I'm saying? Don't be popping up and all of a sudden now you want to talk. Because I ain't got nothing to say to you no more. If you that type of person, that type of fan, I can't talk to you. I can't do it. But then let's get back to the Bucs. But shout out to the Falcons though. Y'all 2-0. Y'all 2-0. Y'all doing y'all thing. Keep up the good work. We'll see y'all soon. Don't worry. We'll see y'all soon. You have your moment when we play the Bucs. When y'all play the Bucs, y'all have your moment. But back to the Bucs. What the Bucs can do that's gonna be successful. And I hate to say it like this, but the Bucs got to be explosive. I'm gonna keep saying that. Got to be explosive. One thing I would say like this: the defense gonna play to win. I have no doubt the defense is not gonna play scared. They're not gonna be like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? The defense gonna be ready. Todd Bowles gonna have them boys ready. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Todd Bowles gonna have them boys ready. They're gonna give Jalen Hurts some problems. Now, one thing I would say, they played against Justin Fields, and for whatever reason, Luke Getsy didn't run Jalen Hurts that much. Didn't run Justin Fields that much. Jalen Hurts will run. They call running plays for Jalen Hurts, and he will scramble. For whatever reason, Justin Fields didn't want to scramble. For whatever reason, they didn't use Justin Fields like that. But the Eagles will use Jalen Hurts to run the ball. But Todd Bowles gonna have them boys ready. From what I've seen the first 2 weeks, them boys gonna be ready. I don't care who they look. I know they played the Vikings offense. The Vikings offense is explosive. Yeah, I get it, right? The Bucs defense is for real. So I told y'all this before the season started. I'm not too much worried about the Bucs defense. Now, will they give up some points? Of course. Will they have some boneheaded plays, some boneheaded coverages, and some blown coverage? Yes. But overall, the Bucs defense is for real. And they're gonna give Eagles offense a hard time. Look, I get it. The Eagles got a top 5 O-line, top five receiving core, or starting receivers, whatever. They got a really good running game. I get it. DeAndre Swift looking good, whatever. I get it. But the Bucs defense do not. If the Eagles fans think the Bucs defense is not good, all right. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let them Eagles fans believe what they want to believe. If they think they're just gonna do what they want to do, that's not how it works. You're not gonna be able to do what you want to do offensively. The only way that happens if the Bucs just literally sugar honey iced tea the bed, and I don't see that happening. The Eagles is not going to go up and down the field on the Bucs defense. Eagles offense will not go up and down the field on the Bucs defense. There will be a spy on Jalen Hurts. Devin White, of course, Devin White, not really a good covered linebacker, but he's going to be looking at Jalen Hurts. He's going to be looking at Jalen Hurts, waiting for him to run. Justin Fields couldn't do nothing, so Levante David can't run no screen game on us. They ain't running no screen on us like that. Devin White gonna be on Jalen Hurts all night long. If the Eagles fans really believe that Jalen Hurts just gonna be running around and doing this and it ain't happening. Antoine Winfield, you know what he gonna do. I need Ryan Neal to step up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean, y'all gotta tighten up. Gotta tighten up. Our cornerbacks, I will say this, with going against Devontae Smith and going against AJ Brown, and I'm just saying, this ain't a walk in the park. Now they did maintain Justin Jefferson in the second half. Now, the first half he went off. Now when the Bucs run zone, I will say this. I don't like when the Bucs run zone that much. When the Bucs run zone, it scares me. They're not a good zone team. The Bucs are an elite blitzing team. They are built to be aggressive, fast, aggressive. Now, can they be punished a little bit? Can they be worn down because they're a little small on the small side? Yes. The Bucs are built to be aggressive. Playing zone, and I know you play zone for certain downs and situations, and you try to help out the defense a little bit, the rest a little bit. But for whatever reason, when the Bucs run zone, they give up too many big plays. The Bucs give up too many big plays when they run zone. But when they play man or they play man blitz, I want to, next gen stats. I want to see the numbers versus when the Bucs play zone versus blitz or man. I want to see the numbers. I get it. They got to run zone sometimes. I get it because running man the whole game, that's dangerous because you'll tire out your defense, especially your secondary. But I would love to see the numbers when they run zone versus man. I want to see the numbers when they don't blitz versus when they do blitz. I would love to see the breakdown if anybody got any next gen stats because I'm not looking at it right now. But yeah, the receivers for the Eagles, the two starting receivers, they're a problem. Like, let's be real. So Carl Davis and Jamel, they ain't gonna have their hands full. They are, but I think they're gonna do a good enough job. Now, the scary thing about the Eagles offense is you don't know what they're gonna do because they can line up in a formation. One thing I would say, they're not gonna be doing what the Bears did. You feel me? They're not gonna be doing what the Bears did, calling screen passes 3 times in a row, back to back, back to back. They're not doing that. They can line up in the same formation but run different plays. You feel me? That's how it works. But yeah, Ryan Neal, man, he need to tighten up. Now the Eagles do run screens. And I can't wait for them to run screens because they really think that's going to work against Lavonte David. Newsflash, Eagles fans, if you think for 1 minute you're going to be running screen passes against us, yeah. Now, I will say this about the Eagles offense. If they struggling to throw the ball, they'll just turn around and run the ball. That's what they will do. They will turn around and just run the ball until they get right. They did it in week 1. They're versatile. Which I'm very intrigued on how Todd Bowles is going to approach this game against the Eagles defensively. How is he? What is he going to do to take away? Because you got to take away something from the Eagles, right? The Bucs, they got to take away something. Do you take away the Eagles' run game or do you take away their passing game? What should the Bucs do? Everybody's going to want to see this. Just take a really good close look. Make sure he's up. Yep, ball is out. What should the Bucs do defensively? Should they take away the Bucs? Should they take away the Eagles' run game or their passing game? Because the Eagles, they balance. They can do both. So what should the Bucs do? What y'all think? Shut down the pass and make them run? I think I can agree with that. I think I'll go that route. Like, shut down the pass. Because our run defense is pretty good. So, like, Todd Bowles got to have a game plan where you got to take away the Eagles' explosive plays. Make them play in a box. Take away the big runs. Make the Eagles earn it. Make them drive down the field. Like, limit the explosive plays. And when the Eagles do drop back, I mean, send the blitz. Like, how often should the Bucs blitz? How often should they blitz Winfield Jr.? I'm just curious. It's so many different matchups. The Bucs cornerbacks, Eagles receivers. Dallas Goedert, Lavonte David. Eagles run game, Vita. Anchoring the run defense for the Bucs. Winfield Jr., Jalen Hurts. Devin White, Jalen Hurts. So many matchups within the game. Todd Bowles, Brian Johnson, Eagles OC. Bucs O-line against the Eagles D-line. Jalen Carter, who's been grading out top 5 defensive tackle already. Jalen Carter is a top 5 D tackle already. If you look at the metrics, he's already a lot of pressures. Got a set, like he's doing a lot as a rookie. They are giving him more and more snaps already. He's a top 5 or at least top 10 D tackle already. So he's gonna cause havoc. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the way he's been playing. He's gonna cause some havoc. Fletcher Cox, the old wily veteran. I mean, Jordan Davis, he's been playing well. I mean, the one thing I noticed about the Vikings game, they couldn't run the ball. They didn't have no running game, and the Bucs cannot fall into this trap of chucking the ball around. Stay with what's been working. Stay with what's been working. Balance attack. Keep the Eagles off balance. You feel me? Keep the Eagles defense off balance. Work. I mean, they got to work them. They're gonna look. Will it be easy offensively for the Bucs? No. Sometimes it will be, but let's be real. It's gonna be fun. Can Baker Mayfield stay in the moment? Stay in the moment. Stick with what got you there. No hero ball. None of this angry running and all that, because we need the quarterback to stay healthy. He's been, like I said, he's been playing well. Well, he played very well last game. First game was a little choppy, a little if he got better in the second half, but it was still not really good like that. Baker needs to stay within the framework of what he's been doing. Now, granted, he's going to have to be a little aggressive. You have to be a little aggressive. He's going to have to be. You know, I would say this. You're definitely going to have to put up more than 20 points. The Bucs scored 20 against the Minnesota Vikings and then 27 against the Eagles. The Bears. Now, 7 of those came from Shaq Barrett, but the offense put up 20 points. Offensively, the Bucs need to score more than 20 points. Because it's going to be an interesting game, because if the defense play lights out, the Eagles don't score 17 points. Now, the key word is if. If they play lights out, the Eagles only going to score. They're going to score less than 17 points, which will be enough for the Bucs to win if they score 20 points. But do you want to take your chances on that? You want to take your chances on, let's keep the Eagles under 17 points? Nah, man. Like the Bucs, I'm gonna be real with you. I want to see the Bucs score over 27 points. Red zone got to be better. This is gonna be a fun game, folks. I mean, it's gonna be fun because the Bucs playing with a lot of confidence on both sides of the ball. The coach, he seems like he's in a good place. But remember, everything is always good until when stuff get bad, and it's a long season, and things will not be perfect. We did see this in the first 2 games. In the first game, we was like, "What's going on?" We was all scratching our head the first game. In the second game, we was like, "All right, that's what we're talking about." But field goals. So there's still things that the Bucs need to clean up on. The Bucs are still at work in progress. Now, the next, I'm gonna say this. I keep throwing this in there. The next 6 to 8 games, the Bucs need to play. Let's just say it like this: the Bucs need to play like they play like if you can combine the good things from the Vikings game, combine the things from the Bears game, and put them together. That's how the Bucs need to play for the next 6 to 8 games. Like it's starting with the Eagles. And yes, exactly right. Turnovers. We need to produce some turnovers. We've been doing that both weeks. Sacks and turnovers. Now, things there will be some games that the Bucs won't get, like they won't do much. It happens, right? It's a long season, but games like this is when you want to see the team look like they look like you want to see the team look like they did against the Bears. Because remember, this is a measuring stick. How much? Now, I would say this. Remember, I always talk about putting stock in games. I'm gonna put more stock in this game than the first two games combined. Let me repeat that so y'all heard me clear. I'm going to put more stock in this game than more than the first two games combined. You want to know why? Because from what I've seen in the first two games with the Bucs, can they do it against a team like this? I'm putting more stock in this game than the first two games combined. We're supposed to beat the Bears, so I didn't put a lot of stock in that. The Vikings game, I put some stock in that game. Surprised me. I didn't put a lot of stock in the Bears game because I knew we was going to win that game. But this game right here, I'm putting a ton of stock in this game. Not whether the Bucs win or lose. I'm putting a ton of stock on it because this lets me know for the next several games what we going to be at. What's our ceiling? What's our floor? As far as how we going to play. Because this stretch is brutal. And let me also clarify this too. When I say put stock in this game, this is not going to determine how bad the Bucs is or how good the Bucs is. Because remember, this is only week 3. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. Now repeat that. It's not how you start. Even in this game, when they play the Eagles, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Now it might get rough at the beginning, but the Bucs need to finish strong. They need to finish their drives. No field goals, touchdowns. You get in the red zone, produce touchdowns. You're gonna need them, especially in games like this. Because if you're trying to measure yourself against teams at the top, because let's be real, the Eagles are one of the top teams in the NFC and in the NFL. This is a good measuring stick to build on. That's the biggest thing about this game. Whether the Bucs win or lose, you want to see them play well, win or lose, because that's something to build on. Now, if the Bucs win, that is a huge win for the Bucs, a huge confidence booster, right? And most importantly, get out of the game healthy. Let's not forget this. It's only week 3. I know it's the Eagles, but I want y'all to stay in the moment because it's week 3. Stay healthy because you see the injuries already. You see the injuries already. You see the injuries already. Multiple teams got significant injuries. So that's also very important for the Bucs in week 3 against an Eagles team that's Super Bowl or bust. Let me repeat that. The Bucs need to get out of this game healthy, win or lose. No major injuries at quarterback, receiver, cornerback, linebacker. You get what I'm saying? Look, I know we want to win the game. I get it. But let's talk about the health too. Because remember, Carlton Davis got a turf toe, and you know what I'm saying? You don't want the Elijah Clancy with the calf and all. Where the Bucs trying to go at, they need to stay healthy. I'm gonna just say that. So yes, I want the Bucs to win, whether they win or lose. One of the most important things to me is they gotta stay healthy. And so far, so good, right? So far, I know Carlton Davis with a turf toe. That's typical Carlton Davis, soft tissue injury, whatever. But for the most part, the Bucs are healthy. I know Elijah Clancy got the strained calf and all that. I think he's going to play, I believe. But besides getting the dub, the most important thing is staying healthy. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a great game. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, a lot of pundits, right? We're going to surprise a lot of people as far as what we're bringing or what the team is bringing to the game. Because remember, when you have a team playing with confidence, it looks different. The Bucs are playing with confidence, and it looks different. They get sacks, they get turnovers, they moving the ball based on the second game of the season. First game of the season was rugged. It was raggedy, right? But sometimes you got to win games like that. You got to win raggedy games. This is a challenge, folks. Do not take this game for granted. Win or lose, don't take it for granted. Now, don't get me wrong. If we win, I'm gonna talk my sugar honey iced tea. Don't get me wrong. But I'm also gonna be humble too, and understanding that this is a 17-game season. Because my outlook is the bigger picture. This is a star on the schedule, if that makes sense, right? Oh, you start this game. Like, if you look at our schedule and you had to circle some games or put a star next to it, this is one of them. Now, I will say this. I would love, I know the schedule. We don't have no control of the schedule. We don't know how they do the schedule. They pick them in advance. But it would have been really nice to catch the Eagles to see this game down the road. Because win or lose, it's like, damn, you want to see the team win. You want to see the team do well, win or lose. It's like, this would have been a really good matchup in November, December. Like, let's just hypothetically say, the Marvels, what if the Bucs are 8-4 and the Eagles are 10-2 in November, early December. This, you know what I'm saying? I wish this game would have been like when the Bucs are at their peak, because I don't think the Bucs are at their peak. In my opinion, I don't think the Bucs are at their peak. It's still early. Like I said, we've seen some good things, but I think they can do more. They can do better. They can do more on the field on both sides of the ball. But I can say that for most teams. I can say that for all the teams, except for the terrible ones like the Bears, the Texans. The terrible teams, they are who they are. But the Bucs still got room to grow. And that's the beautiful thing about football. As the season develops, you get to see the characteristics and what the team really look like. But then before they get to what they really look like, they need to go through games like this. Tough games against teams that's hungry, that's trying to get to the Super Bowl. This is a measuring game. This is a big game. And I mean a big game as far as a measuring stick. Because I'm telling you, obviously it can go two ways, win or lose. But both outcomes can be good for the Bucs. Let me explain. As I wrap this video up, let me explain. If the Bucs win this game, which that's what we prefer, right? We prefer them to win the game. That's a huge confidence booster, because that'll let the Bucs know, like, oh, we can hang with the big boys. We'll see y'all down the road, possibly, right? So that way they'll be ready for them down the road, right? So that's a huge thing for the Bucs, and the confidence going into this rough patch, because this patch that we about to go through is pretty rough, right? I think we saw the schedule. It's not an easy patch of the season. Like, I'm gonna say this right now: you would rather have this patch now than the last 7 weeks or 8 weeks. So I'm glad we getting this out the way, because if this little patch right here, these 8 games, 6 to 8 games right here, would have been the last 8 games, I'd have been like, oh my gosh, really? The 49ers, the Bills, the Eagles, like all in the last 6 to 8 games? So there's a bright side to this too. We get these teams early. We get to clean a lot of stuff up on the back end of the season. You feel me? A lot of the things that we're going to see in these games coming up against these pretty decent teams, or supposedly like good teams on the schedule, because on the back end, we're going to be like, okay, we done went through a little rough gauntlet, so we should be, good to go against, like I said, against terrible teams. We're going to beat them. Against average teams, we'll beat some of them average teams too. But against the really good teams, I would like to see the Bucs win all those games. Hell, I would love to see the Bucs go 17-0. That ain't happening. 16-1 not happening. 15-2 not happening. 14-3 not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I keep going, but that's not the point. But you'll get where I'm going at. So there's going to be some games that we're going to lose. Some games that we're just going to lose against good teams. We're just going to lose. I just don't want the Bucs to lose games against terrible teams. So at the end of the day, when you look at this game, take it for what it is. It's a big game. It's a measuring stick. But don't let this determine the season. Bucs special teams. Jake Kamada, he's going to be big in this game. Chase McLaughlin, the field goal kicker. We're going to need him to make them extra points and probably a game-winning field goal. Todd Bowles, Dave Canales. This is good for them. And they have nothing to lose. I'm going to tell y'all this. The Bucs are playing with house money. It's like going to a casino and you got money to play with. Because this loss, this is not college football, folks. This loss is not going to hurt the Bucs. Or, if they lose. If they lose, it's not going to hurt the Bucs, folks. It's okay. We lost to a better team. Going into the game, can't get mad. Oh, the Bucs should have won the game. 17. We got 15 games to go, including this one, 15 games. If we lose this game, the season is not over, folks. It's okay. Now, it's how you lose. Now, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see the Bucs get blown the hell out. That at home. And then, because they sitting on this, right? They waiting on it. They waiting on it. If the Bucs get blowed out, all you're gonna hear is, "Oh yeah, we know the Bucs are frauds anyway. They beat two bad teams." They're gonna say that, right? Which, in a way, is kind of true. Like, well, half of it's true, right? Because the Bears is a bad team, and the Vikings is not a bad team. But you get what I'm saying, right? You get, they're gonna try to spin it. Well, we knew the Bucs was a fraud. That they beat a terrible Bears team and a Vikings team that is 0-2 and possibly 0-3. Now, I will say this. Now, if both teams keep losing it does make that they confirm the Bucs, they good against terrible teams. We know that. You feel me? So they it's like they sitting on both, right? The pundits, the media pundits, and the network people, they sitting on this. They're like, well, we get to see what the Bucs look like. And, most of them are going to pick the Eagles to win. I get it, And it's like, if we get blown out by the Eagles, they're going to be like, well, they not that good. But if we play the Eagles close and we lose, they're going to be like, oh, okay. Maybe we'll get more. We can still get respect losing the game. That's not, like I said, the season's not over with. And it's funny because, me, every game the Bucs play this season, I'm not picking them to win. There is some games I got them losing. And this is why I'm concerned about our fan base. If we lose this game, the season's not over with. If you feel me? If we lose the game, it's okay. If we win, great. But we still got a lot of games, a lot of season ahead of us. You feel me? So don't take this game and be like, oh, man, the season's no, man. You want to see the Bucs perform good, whether they win or lose. You don't want to see the Bucs win ugly because it's like, damn, they win is a win. But you get what I'm saying? Don't put so much emotion into the game because you're going to disappoint yourself. And then now you explain into the mirror about why the Bucs lost the game, or if they win the game and we have some major injuries, you're like, oh man, your season can go south just like that. I can't wait to see this game. I cannot wait. So what's y'all predictions for this game? And like I said, I do pay attention to the comments as far as prediction wise when we talk about the preview games and prediction, because I kind of keep tracking in the back of my head, like every week, who's picking us to win? Because that means you the 17-0 fan. I'm literally watching the names. I go back through the comments. I go back and I write stuff down because I'm like, every week, if you picking the Bucs to win, I gotta at some point I'm gonna ask you guys going 17-0? I'm gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, so if we beat the Eagles, we're gonna beat the Bills, we're gonna beat the 49ers. I'm gonna start asking questions as the weeks pass. I'm gonna ask because it's like, if we beat the Eagles, we 3-0. Then we play Saints. Oh, we're gonna beat the Saints. Oh, we go 4-0. Okay, the next year. Oh, we're gonna beat the Falcons. Oh, we're gonna be 5-0. Then I'm gonna ask. I'm like, so we going 17-0? Are you going to ever pick the Bucs to lose? Like, I'm just curious. Are you going to be realistic, or are you just going to keep picking the Bucs to win, and then when they lose, you're going to be pissed off? I'm going to watch. I'm really paying attention to this, folks. Like I do this because I'm watching the names. Because this is the week 3. Okay, so every week y'all picking the Bucs to win. Okay, so I'm let me guess. You got the Bucs winning next week too, or against the Saints. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? You got the Bucs beating the Falcons too. You see how this works? Every week you're gonna keep picking the Bucs, and there's gonna be a few names I'm gonna call out in about a few weeks because I got a feeling some of you gonna pick the Bucs to win every freaking game. It's like you don't want the Bucs to lose at all, which is understandable. I get it, but I'm gonna give it a few more weeks, and if you keep picking the Bucs to win, I'm going to question what did you have the Bucs season record as? Because we're not going 17-0, so I'm just trying to figure out why you keep picking a team to win every week. Like, what was your schedule prediction before the season started? Was it 17-0, or you just going game by game? You're gonna keep picking the Bucs game by game. You didn't make no prediction. You just picked the Bucs to win every game. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm literally paying attention to the comments because I'm gonna wait about 5 or 6 weeks, and if we 5-2 or 4-3 or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be like, oh wait a minute, you had the Bucs winning every game for 7 straight weeks. You feel me? So I'm paying attention. So at the end of the day, what's your predictions? What's your score prediction for this game? I'll let y'all do y'all prediction first, and I'll give mine after y'all done. But I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't know what they talking about. It's gonna be a blowout. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. But I'll give you my score prediction in a couple minutes. But I want to see what do you have? What you think the score is gonna be? Who you got winning this game, and what do you think the score is gonna be? I don't care, Rashad. I mean, I don't care, man. Like, that's your prediction, bro. You don't have to keep reminding me, man. I don't care. Like, I get it. 7-10 over here. Do you see me keep saying 7-10? No. I don't care what your prediction is. I really don't. You keep reminding me like I'm forgetting. I got it written down, $20. You want your $20 now? You that confident? You know, I don't need to remind you 7-10, bro. You make it seem like you're doing something good or something. You ain't doing that. You just prediction, bro. You don't know that's going to be happening. You probably got the Bucs going 17-0. I'm on 12-5. You lying. You got the Bucs going 17-0. You're probably one of them 17-0 people. You got the Bucs going 17-0. You're going to pick the Bucs win every week. Every week. Every week you picking the Bucs to win. You one of them. Yep, I found one, folks. Got one. He say 12-5, but nah, it's 17-0. He one of them 7. He probably said 17-0 last year. He one of them fans. The Bucs ain't losing no game. I mean, I'm gonna say 12-5 on low key, but I got us winning every game. I got the Bucs winning every game. I'm just messing with you, man. Mad, bro. I've been doing this for 6 years. You way out, bro. I've been doing this for 7 years. You really think I'm mad? You bugging. You must be a newbie. You a newbie. When I say newbie, I mean like less than 2 years. If you've been around me since the beginning, you should know I do this. I'm realistic. You know what I'm saying? You should know me by now. I never get mad. Now, if you try to play me, I'm a fry you. Now, you're not gonna win that game. You're not gonna win that game. You try to come at me, you're not gonna win. You ask any Power and Sea bandits, I'm humble. I don't bother nobody. But when you try to play me to the side like I don't know what I'm doing, okay, I'm gonna get you. You want to go stats? You want to go history? You want to go teams? I'm gonna fry you. I'm gonna bake you like a cake. I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about sometimes when people try to troll me and stuff like that. I'll be like, "Come on, bro, that ain't gonna work." I'll fry you. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even do it. I'll let the Powers and Sea bandits fry you. Yeah, MJ Stewart had me mad, bro. MJ Stewart had me mad for real, dog. Like, golly, bro. Donovan Smith, MJ Stewart, bro. I was mad. I ain't gonna lie. Those guys, man, they were just terrible. But nobody cared, though. Nobody cared about the terrible players that the Bucs had back then with Dort Cutter. Exactly. With Dort Cutter. But what I mean by mad is I'm talking about people in the comment section. I don't really play that game. But now as far as the games, yeah, I have my little moments, but over the years I've developed and got better, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, what's the score? Okay, I see 24-22 the Eagles. Bucs 24, Eagles 22. Eagles are going to score. Okay, well, of course the Eagles going to score. I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, you're not gonna win that match, buddy. That don't work with me. I don't get mad. I've been doing this for years. That's beneath me. This doesn't affect me at all in my real life. But I am who I am in real life on here. So you beat me in person, you're gonna get the same Isaiah. So I don't back down. You should know me by now. So we got 23-20 Eagles. Oh, Bucs. Okay. We got the Eagles winning 23-20. Bucs in an upset 42-20. 42-35. That's gonna be a high scoring game. Bucs. Matthew, what do you have the Bucs going? What's your schedule prediction, Matthew Miller? What do you have the Bucs going overall? I'm just curious about that one. I never really seen you in here, so I'm gonna ask you because you were kind of new to me. Grizzlo got the Bucs winning 26-20. Grizzlo, I forgot what was your schedule prediction? Yeah, what was your schedule prediction, Grizzlo? Forgot. Matthew Miller. Yeah, I forgot your schedule prediction.
Honestly, he is at this stage of his career to try to get back to that Super Bowl, this time win it.
Screen on the 1st and 20.
Nah, I doubt it, Rashad. Nah, you just
2nd and 15.
Right, you just be woofing. You're trying to troll, but it don't work. I'm telling you, I've had guys like you come on here in the chat, like try to talk, and this doesn't work, man. It never works out for y'all. I don't know why y'all be trying, like, not saying like it's always the 1%, whether it's a Bucs fan or a fan from another team. They come in and troll. It's like it never works out for y'all. I don't know why. Yes, I've had Bucs fans come in here and try to play that same game you playing. It don't work. It don't work. I have the locker room open. I never see those guys in the locker room. They talk in the chat room. Bucs fans are not, but then I have the locker room open. They don't even come in the locker room. It's like, come on, bro. You have all the time in the world to come in the locker room and voice your opinion or try to make me look some type of way, and y'all never do. Try to make me look dumb, like I don't know what I'm talking about football. It never works out. They tried. I can call them out. They tried, but it never works out. 11-6, so you got us losing 6 games. I know, right? You need to stop. Like, I don't know what he's trying. I don't get it. Like, I've had guys like him do that. Like, I've been doing this for 6 years, so I've seen guys like this. It's like, oh boy, this guy, he just keep trying to jump up and down, raising his hand. You know, like, come on, sit down. I see you, man. Sit down. Sit down. Stop jumping up and down, raising your hand. You need some attention? Don't get fried, bro. Don't get fried. I've had guys like you, though. It's cool, though. None but love. None but respect. But I had guys like you before that just bump their gums, and I never see them. You know. LA and fire reviews. The Eagles 24, the Bucs 20. Many field goals in the red zone. I never see LA. Okay, LA fire reviews. This is brand new. I don't find nobody, bro. I'm here. Like, I'm gonna say this one last time. Buckos lock 'em. I don't go find nobody. You find me. I don't run behind nobody. You come here. You on my platform. Now you a Bucs fan, much respect, but you becoming like this one of those guys, like, and you know me. Sometimes I don't even say nothing. Sometimes the chat will get on you. Sometimes I just let you make yourself look bad. Because when people come over here, everybody respect each other. And then when people try to troll, they get kind of like sidestepped. So I'm just letting you know, bro. Like, don't get mad at me if one of my shooters get you on out of here. Like, if you're gonna do this the whole season, my shooters will be like, okay, you've been annoying. Be respectful, but don't be a troll. I'm just saying, because my shooters will get you up out of here. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me. I don't block people. I'm just saying, if you become one of those guys, my shooters will get rid of you. They've done it before. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. The shooters, they do their job. You know. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me. I do this. I've been doing it a long time. I delegate that stuff to other people now.
And that's going to do it.
You know. But yeah, it's all good though, man. Don't take it personal. If you take it personal, you're not going to win that game either. Don't take it personal. Please don't. That's the worst thing to do. So yeah. So here's my thank you, LA Fire Reviews. See, you know, it's all love. You know, trolls don't work. You know, you try to come on here, try to make me look bad and make me look dumb. It don't work, man. I keep it 100. I'm just realistic. I don't play no favorites and no biases and try to push a narrative. I don't do that. I don't try to make people look bad. Only time I do that is you try to come at me. I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you this one warning. First and last warning. I'm just saying. Respect the platform. Respect the chat room. It's the last time I'm gonna say it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just saying. Don't say it though. Now, 4-5 weeks from now, you doing the same thing, and you know what time it is. He's saying the ball. I'm telling you. I'm laughing too. He don't get it. I'm just saying. I'm trying to give him a fair warning. I'm just saying. He don't get it. He don't get it. He one of them. He one of those guys. I'm telling you. I can see it already. Trying to prove a point. Like, trying to make me look some type of way. No. Respect the locker room, bro. Respect the platform. I'm telling you, I'm laughing too, Sandoval. It's like, come on, man. I'm trying to be like, come on. Every year, it's always one or two of them. It's always just like, oh gosh, we're on the same team. We on the same boat. It's like, why are they trying to make me? Look, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Whether you if you a Saints fan coming here being crazy, because I had Saints fans come here saying some trolling stuff too. Falcons fans, nobody is getting favoritism. I'm just letting you know. I'm just saying. Sandoval, you better want to go, man. Just saying. But anyway, appreciate the love, man. I try to keep things real, respectful. I try to keep things fun and also realistic. Be objective. You know, like I said, so there's some opinions there. You know, there's some opinions. You know, I try to base everything around reality. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So here's my prediction as I wrap this video up. And I appreciate the love too, man. I really appreciate that. Feel free to come in the locker room and have the locker room open sometimes. The locker room, it's open. You know, if you want to voice your concerns or your displeasures, or you have a problem with me, you know, or you trying to, you know, whatever the case may be, whether you want to give me some love, some shout out, feel free to come in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? You know, it doesn't matter however you feel about me and what I say and my predictions. You are more than welcome to voice your opinion or voice your facts. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll give you the platform to do it. I'll sit back and listen. And as long as you respect me, I respect you. That's at the end of the day. I don't take none of this personal. I do this. I have fun with this. I love football. I love talking about football. I love talking about football with you guys. You guys teach me things. You know, you guys show me things too. You know what I'm saying? It's not a one-way traffic. You know what I'm saying? I give everybody an opportunity to come in the locker room and talk about football. I give you guys the platform to talk about football. Some of you guys don't like to sit in the comment section and talk, but I open the locker room up too. So, you know, you get it both ways. You know, I show everybody love. I give everybody shout outs for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, my prediction, and if you watched my schedule prediction video, I had the Bucs losing this game. So I think you already know, that part. Right? So, but the score, here's the score. This is surprising for y'all. A lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, for real? Like, I'm telling you. I got the score 24-20. Eagles win. But closer than what they think it's gonna be. See, these analysts and these pundits, you know, they think it's gonna be a blowout. Eagles fans, they think it's gonna come in Tampa, they're gonna blow us out. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a close, good game. 24-20. And they're gonna barely win. And the Eagles gonna have to win it in the fourth quarter. I think for the first 3 quarters, it's gonna be tight. But I think the Eagles they'll pull it out. They'll pull it out because just from how I look at them, look at us. And like I said, it's still early. It's week 3. You know what I'm saying? No trip. But 24-20, I got the Bucs. I got the Bucs losing to the Eagles. The Bucs fall to 2-1 in my opinion. That doesn't mean it's going to be true. Just because I said it doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? I'm just predicting like everybody else do, right? Don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. But shouts out to all the Pirates Sea Bandits. I think it's going to be a good game. It's not going to be a blowout, folks. I think we're going to get a lot more. I'm going to give the Bucs a lot more credit than what y'all think. You know, I'm giving the Bucs a lot more credit than what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's not going to be a blowout. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, I got the Bucs losing, but it's not a blowout. I promise you. I'm giving the Bucs a lot more credit going into the game. Look, I get it. They didn't beat some good. They beat 2 teams that were not going to be that good. But I get it. I'm giving the Bucs a lot of credit in this loss. I told you I'm putting stock in this game because I know what's ahead. You feel me? I know what's ahead in these next several weeks. So you got to be. I'm not a betting man. I'm an investing man. I like to invest. So I'm going to invest in this game. I'm going to put some stock in this game. In this loss, in my opinion, there's going to be good money made out of this game. If that makes sense. If you understand how stocks work, there's going to be good money made out of this game down the road. I'm a long-term investor. I'm a long-term investor, so I'm putting stock in this game because the long-term results are going to be the dividends is going to show. The dividends is going to show down the road from this game, in my opinion. You feel me? Like, I think the dividends is going to pay off in this loss, in my opinion. Exactly, Dame. It's like every time I pick the Bucs losers, people get in their feelings. It's like, I don't care. Like, just roll with it. You can't convince me the Bucs gonna win. Like, I made my prediction. Like, deal with it. I mean, I don't get it, man. Like, what? Come on, man. Like, you can. Oh yeah, you know, I believe. I don't work off feelings, man. You know what I'm saying? I work off of reality. You know, I can guess all day, and predicting is guessing, right? You know, you put your football brain and you look at what's going on, and you say, okay. But damn, 24-20 is in a loss against a team that's supposed to be Super Bowl of Bucs is damn good. And the Bucs gonna play well for the most part. I'm just thinking at the end, I think it's gonna be a tight game all the way through. Into the fourth quarter, I just think the Eagles gonna squeak it out. They're gonna squeak it out at the end. But guess what? I'm still gonna beat my chest like, yeah, we here. We are here. Because remember, these games you get hyped up for. You turn up for, right? So there's no need to hold your head down, you know, in the loss. If they lose, you know. If you got the Bucs winning, shout out to you. Because if they do win, you know, if the Bucs do win, that's a hell of an upset. I mean, let's be real. It's an upset. It's not what the Bucs are supposed to win. It's an upset. That's how upsets are. You always have an underdog. That's an upset. If the Bucs win, that's an upset. Because a lot of people are not picking the Bucs to win, and you got to understand why a lot of people are not going to pick the Bucs to win. So if the Bucs do win, that's an upset. See how that works? It's like Colorado. You know, it's so funny. The Bucs and Colorado are very similar, right? Low expectations. People not thinking that we're going to be really good. And I told y'all this at the beginning of the season. We're not going to be terrible. I told y'all that. Oh, the Bucs going to be picking in the top 5. They terrible. Blah, 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 blah. We just like Colorado. People had low expectations on us. The Bucs and Colorado. I mean, if you look at both teams, I mean, at this point, you like, damn, like you surprised. Right now, Colorado is going against Oregon this week, so I think we're gonna see, I got Oregon winning that game, by the way, and I got USC beating Colorado, but that's not the point. The point is like Colorado not even supposed to be in that situation, just like the Bucs. So to hang with the Eagles, that tells you a lot about the Bucs growth and the ceiling raises, right? So at the end of the day, man, just Be there for the game, Monday Night Football. And if you in Tampa, go to the game, man. Go to the game. Go to the game. Don't talk to me. Go to the game. Don't sit behind your computer typing and trying to do all this extra stuff. Go to the game. Don't be a half fan. Be a whole fan. I just mess with you. Messing with y'all. Shouts out to all the Privacy Bandits. Thank you for joining this discussion about the Bucs versus Eagles preview. I hope to see y'all Monday night. Sunday, I might go live Sunday and talk a little bit. And troll, and I guess I control the Saints and Panthers and Falcons, right? I can do that, right? We could talk noise about them, right? The Falcons fans think they're really that good. They're not that good. I still don't believe in Desmond Ridder. And then Saints fans, Derek Carr is terrible. I ain't gonna say terrible, but he's not good. He's not good. Can't wait to play them. And I'll be at that game. See, I go to the games. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at that game and a couple other games. I'm not gonna tell y'all those games, but I'll be at those games too. But I'll be at the game week 4 in the Superdome. So, yeah. With that being said, fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag big game. Hashtag upset. Hashtag possibility over probability. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. Hashtag why. Hashtag what are we doing? Hashtag life after Brady. Hashtag shake and bake. Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag trenches matter. Especially this game. Hashtag coaching matters. What up? Did I forget any more hashtags? Hashtag pay Mike. Hashtag pay Mike. Oh, we got a Saints fan. See what I'm saying? I love him. Shout out to the Saints fans, though. I'll be at are you going to the game? Don't talk to me if you ain't going to the game. I'm going to the game. I'll be at the game in 2 weeks. Talk to me then. Hashtag get the dub. Hashtag buckle your seats because this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be turned up a little bit too. So other than that, man, hopefully everybody have a good night. Have a good rest of your week. If anything pops up, I'll probably make a video. But I'll see y'all Monday, or actually I'll see y'all Sunday because I'll probably go live on Sunday just for a little bit to troll the Saints and Panthers and Falcons fans. 0-2 Panthers. Fugazi Saints and Falcons. They Fugazi. It's a facade. They lying. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Buckles Locker is out. Peace.